God says, I order you to open this message immediately by 11:40, 1 p.m. This is not a joke. This is about your money. 2 people from your family are taking all of it. Open this message immediately. You need to hear this right now. This is not a message you can afford to scroll past. Not tomorrow, not later, right now. Because what I'm about to reveal is already in motion. Something sacred is being stolen from you, not only your money, but your peace, your stability, and your promise. Yes, you heard me. This is not about fear. This is about truth. 2 hands close to you are working behind your back. I see it. I know it. And I'm telling you before, it's too late. If you believe I've led you here for a reason, comment Amen. I am not speaking to your ears. I am speaking to your spirit. I have watched the long nights you've cried over what's missing, the weight you've carried that you couldn't explain, the strange silence in your finances, the tension in your home, the way your blessings seem delayed. It has not been in your head. It's been happening, but not unseen, not untouched. I have been watching everything. You need to understand the reason I'm speaking now. There are 2 people who have taken advantage of your love, your kindness, and your blind trust. They do not move in light. They whisper in darkness. They drain what I intended for your good. But I will not let it continue. Not if you choose to hear me. I did not give you favor for it to be stolen. I did not bless your hands so others could rob them behind your back. If your heart is pounding right now, it's because your spirit already knew something was wrong. You just didn't have the proof, but I did, and I've waited for the moment you would be ready to hear it. Ready to take back what belongs to you. Ready to protect what I gave you. If you trust this, comment 1111. I want you to understand that this is not just about money, this is about manipulation. These 2 individuals have been speaking lies. They wear smiles around you. They laugh when you're near, but behind that is envy, control, and greed. You may have sensed it. You may have dismissed it, but today I bring it to light because it cannot stay hidden anymore. I am your protector. I am your provider. I do not bring warnings to scare you, I bring them to save you. This is your moment to listen closely, to move wisely, to break the pattern that has been quietly destroying what I meant to multiply in your life. I know the pain of betrayal. I know the heaviness of disappointment. I know how it breaks you to realize the ones you once trusted may not be who you thought they were. But do not let sorrow stop you from standing in truth. Do not let sentiment blind you from what I am revealing, because what is at stake is too great. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of your awareness. If this has reached you and your spirit is unsettled, it is not coincidence, it is confirmation. And I want you to take a breath right now, because I am still with you. I am still covering you. Nothing that was stolen is beyond my reach to restore. Please like this video if your heart knows this word is for you. I speak not to impress you, but to awaken you. That was never random. Those were signs, warnings, whispers from me that something beneath the surface wasn't right. You gave and gave, believing you were planting seeds in love. But I watched what others did with your trust. They twisted it. They turned your love into a weapon against you. And now I step in. You were never meant to live in lack. Never meant to live confused, questioning your own intuition, walking around with the weight of what you couldn't explain. You tried to shake it off, convinced yourself to stay quiet, convinced yourself not to accuse anyone. You didn't want to believe someone so close could do something so low. But child, your silence became their opportunity. And now, I am the voice that will speak what you've been too afraid to say. If you feel this deep in your chest, comment 222. They wanted what you have, but they didn't want to do what you did to receive it. They envied your favor, but didn't witness the tears you cried in private, the nights you stayed faithful when no one was watching. They saw your glow, but never your pain. They only saw the fruit, not the fasting. And now they want to pick from a tree they never helped water. But that tree is mine, that favor is mine, that covering is mine, and they cannot touch what I have sealed. You've been carrying confusion, but I'm bringing clarity. You've been holding back your voice, but I'm giving you courage. You've been shrinking in the presence of people you should have confronted, but I am lifting your head. You are not crazy, you are not weak, you are not paranoid. What you sensed was real. What you felt was valid, and now I will confirm it all. There is a shift happening now. You can't see it with your eyes, but feel it in your bones. What they plotted in darkness is now exposed in my light. They cannot keep what I never gave them. They cannot destroy what I protect. I have gone ahead of you to make sure justice is served, not with hatred, but with holy authority. This is not revenge. This is restoration. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. They thought you were unprotected. They thought your silence meant surrender. But they didn't know who walks with you. They didn't know whose name covers you. I am not a silent God. I do not sleep. I have seen everything they said, everything they did, every transfer made without your knowledge, every conversation whispered in secret. And now, I speak a word louder than them all. Enough. If you know God is fighting for you, comment 333. Do not waste time in bitterness. Do not seek to harm them. Let me handle it. I am not just your father. I am your defender. I give and I take away. I elevate and I expose. You do not need to plead your case. You do not need to prove your worth. I will do that. I will reveal the truth in such a way that no one can deny it. And I will do it in my timing, not to shame you, but to free you. You've wondered why the money disappeared, why doors that used to open suddenly shut, why you felt drained even when you tried to rest. It wasn't just your imagination. You were being spiritually and emotionally robbed while your eyes were looking elsewhere. But today, the veil is lifting. I'm showing you who was smiling and stealing at the same time, who was praising you publicly but poisoning you privately. And when you see it, don't be surprised, don't be afraid, don't panic. Just remember this moment when I warned you, when I whispered, when I reached for you in love. I've seen the betrayal before you felt it. I saw the deceit before you caught it. And I allowed it to unfold just enough so that you would never return to it again. What breaks you today will protect you tomorrow. I'm not telling you this to hurt you. I'm telling you this to heal you. To remind you that I'm not just God of the storm, I'm God of the calm after. What they took will return multiplied. What they meant for harm will be the reason you rise. But first, you must be willing to walk away from what I expose. Don't cover it again. Don't protect what I'm pulling down. When I remove someone from your table, it's because they were eating with dirty hands. You will not walk into the next season with the same weights. This message is not about revenge. This is about freedom. This is about light breaking through. This is about restoring what you lost in silence. And I am doing it now, not later. Right now. You've cried, Lord, show me what I can't see. I'm answering you. I'm revealing. I'm exposing. And when the truth shakes you, I will hold you steady. When the mask falls off the people you trusted, I will still be there. When the noise gets loud, my voice will be louder. The money they stole, I will return it. The respect they tried to ruin, I will rebuild it. The plans they tried to block, I will accelerate them. But do not chase them, do not beg them. Let me handle what you cannot fix. I am not late. I am just in time. You are still chosen. You are still anointed. You are still protected. This was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to wake you up, because the next blessing I'm sending is too big to be surrounded by fake love. You were never created to carry betrayal in your chest. You were never meant to walk around second-guessing the people closest to you. That weight you've been holding, that silent stress, that ache behind your smile, it has not gone unnoticed. I have seen the moments when you questioned your own worth because someone else took advantage of your trust. You didn't deserve that. You didn't ask for it. But now, I am stepping in, because what they meant to drain from you, I'm about to restore in ways you didn't even expect. If you receive this, comment 555. You may not understand why it had to happen this way. You may wonder why I didn't stop it sooner. But child, there are some truths that cannot be taught, they must be revealed. And I allowed this moment not to break you, but to open your eyes, because what I have for you next requires a new level of clarity. You can no longer carry shadows into a season of light. You can no longer entertain dishonesty while asking me for increase. I had to let you feel the sting so you would finally close the door. But don't confuse my silence with absence. I have been working while you were weeping. I've been uncovering what was buried, pulling apart what they tried to hide. And soon, what was lost in the shadows will be brought into the open. The money, the peace, the trust, it will all be restored. And not just restored, but multiplied. You thought it was just about finances, but it was deeper than that. They weren't just stealing money, they were trying to interfere with your purpose. They weren't just hiding transactions, they were trying to rob you of confidence, of power, of joy. They wanted to confuse your spirit. But what they didn't know is that your spirit was mine, covered, watched over, chosen. The enemy cannot stop what I have ordained. They can try to delay it. They can speak against it. But no scheme formed against you will prosper. No lie will last. No plot will succeed. Because I am not a man that I should lie. And when I declare freedom, nothing can chain you. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You have been fighting silent battles that no one knew about, smiling at people who wounded you, pretending you didn't notice the shift in their tone, the change in their attitude, the coldness behind their words. But I noticed, I caught it all. And now, I'm shifting things in your favor. If you believe I'm turning things around, comment 1212. Do not be afraid to let go. When I remove someone from your life, it's not to punish you, it's to protect your calling. Some people were only sent to be temporary, but you tried to make them permanent. Some people only clapped for you when you were losing. Now that I'm preparing to bless you, their hearts are being revealed. That is not betrayal. That is exposure. I am answering the prayers you forgot you prayed. The ones where you said, God, show me who's really for me. I'm doing just that, and I know the truth hurts. I know it leaves you shaking. But trust me, what I remove, I replace. What I strip, I restore. You are not losing, you're being positioned, elevated, unburdened, because I cannot bless a version of your life that is still entangled in dishonesty. I want to bless you fully, not halfway, and for that, the false attachments have to break. You have been patient, more than you should have been. You've forgiven people who never apologized. You've given to people who never said thank you. And still you showed up. Still you prayed. Still you believed. And now your season of justice is coming. Heaven has recorded every wrong, and I am the God who settles accounts. Those who tried to take what was yours are about to see what happens when I step into the situation. I do not fight fair, I fight holy, and I fight for those who are mine. Your name is written in my hand. Your steps are ordered. Your future is not in their hands, it's in mine. And no thief can steal what I have secured. Your finances are not ruined. Your blessings are not delayed forever. I am preparing a release so sudden it will silence every lie spoken against you. But first, I need you to believe again. Trust me again. Even after everything. Even after they failed you. I never did. I never left. I never changed. I never stopped working behind the scenes, pulling things back into place. Yes, it took time. Yes, it hurt. But this is not the end of your story. This is the chapter where everything begins to make sense. There is money that was taken from you, but I know exactly where it went, and I am reclaiming it. Not through revenge, but through my power. Watch how I do it. Watch how I restore what was missing. Watch how I open a door no one saw coming. You won't have to manipulate anything. You won't have to prove anything. Just be still and let me work. You don't have to expose them. I will. You don't have to beg anyone to treat you right. I will bring the right people to your table. The ones who love you honestly. The ones who speak life. The ones who celebrate you without conditions. Because this next season needs clean hands around you. No more deception. No more silent pain. No more confusion masked as loyalty. I know you're tired. I know you're weary. But don't quit now. You are closer than you think. The release is already written in heaven. The breakthrough is already on the way. All I need is your faith. Not in them, in me. What you've endured quietly, I will reward publicly. What they laughed at in secret, I will bless in front of crowds. This is not just a recovery. This is a revelation of who you are, of what I placed in you, of how I'm going to use every ounce of pain for purpose. The enemy throws distractions. People start revealing their true intentions. Situations get messy, but that's not a sign to fear. It's proof that I'm near. Right now, pressure is being used to push you out of the places where you've been stuck too long. This discomfort is not punishment, it's preparation. If this part is speaking to your heart, comment 777. You may not see it, but I'm closer than ever. I'm already moving. I'm already shifting the weight from your shoulders. I'm already sending angels ahead of you to open doors no one else can block. What you thought was being delayed is actually being upgraded. You were praying for enough, I'm sending overflow. You were praying for survival, I'm giving you revival. But first, the lie had to break. The hands taking from your blessing had to be revealed. I won't bless deception, but I will bless obedience. And I will always bless truth. The people who took from you weren't just draining your accounts, they were draining your spirit. You smiled through it, kept giving, kept hoping, thinking maybe your goodness would soften their hearts. But they weren't interested in healing. They were comfortable in hiding. And they thought you'd never notice, but I did. I always did. And now I'm showing you the full picture, not to destroy you, but to free you from the illusion. It's okay to grieve what you thought they were. It's okay to feel pain in the revelation. But don't stay stuck there. The mourning will pass. And when it does, Joy will come not just in your soul but in your hands. You will hold what was once out of reach. You will touch what was once stolen. Because I restore completely. I heal deeply. I redeem fully. You've been feeling a divine stirring lately, a sense that something is changing even if you can't explain it. That's because it is. I'm clearing space for something sacred, for something stable, for something that cannot be shaken by manipulation or lies. The foundation I'm laying now will last. The friendships I'm bringing now will be safe. The finances I'm returning will not be poisoned by guilt or shame. What I'm giving you now cannot be stolen, because this time your eyes are wide open. If you believe God is setting you up for restoration, comment 999. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence. Just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. I want you to understand something. The enemy didn't go after your money because of greed alone. He went after it because he knew what you were going to do with it. He saw that you weren't selfish, that your heart was generous, that your plans were righteous. You were going to help others. Build something good, break generational patterns, and that terrified him, so he tried to drain your resources before the purpose could bloom. But here's what the enemy didn't see. I don't just give once. I give again, and again, and again. What was stolen was just the beginning. What's coming next will silence every accusation, every rumor, every lie. You are not empty. You are not ruined. You are not forgotten. You are my vessel, and I fill what's been emptied. I mend what's been broken. You don't need to go into the next season with suspicion or bitterness. You don't need to hold grudges. You need to hold peace, because I will vindicate you. I will provide for you. I will surround you with people who don't want what you have, they just want to see you shine. Your tribe is changing. Your circle is shifting. I'm removing the takers and replacing them with builders. This is not just about justice, it's about alignment. I'm aligning your heart, your home, your finances, and your future. No more guesswork, no more walking on eggshells. No more second-guessing your discernment. You will walk boldly, you will speak clearly, you will give wisely, and this time no one will be able to siphon your blessing behind your back. You asked me why things were tight lately, why it felt like every step forward came with 2 steps back. That's because the people around you were secretly pulling you backward. Your faith was strong, but your surroundings were shaky, and faith can't thrive where dishonor lives. So I allowed the pressure to reveal what your peace had been covering, and now the truth is here. You are not cursed. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. I'm positioning you for freedom, not just from their actions, but from the need to please anyone who disrespects your worth. You no longer need to shrink to be accepted. You no longer need to dim your light to be loved. Those days are over. I'm calling you to stand tall, with eyes wide open and hands ready to receive again. Do not worry about how I will do it. Just know that I will. I will restore the finances that were stolen. I will expose the lies that were spoken. I will protect the vision I placed inside of you. And I will provide everything you need to walk into your next chapter with boldness. They thought they took something permanent from you, but they forgot I am the source, not them. And when I restore with interest. You're not just getting back what you lost, you're getting back what you never thought you'd see. Joy you thought was gone, peace you forgot existed, opportunities you didn't know were waiting. That's what I'm preparing. That's what's coming. They watched you fall, thinking you wouldn't rise again. But watch what I do next. Watch how I lift you. Watch how I vindicate you without you ever saying a word. Because your story isn't ending in silence, it's rising in glory. Let this be the moment you stop chasing explanations. You owe no one your peace. You owe no one your purpose. All you owe is your obedience to my voice. And that is enough. I will handle the rest. I will move the mountains. I was there, silent, yes, but never distant. I needed you to see what was hiding in plain sight. I needed you to come to the edge of yourself, so I could finally pull you into something higher. You trusted them, and they broke that trust. But now I ask you, can you trust me more? If your heart is open to believe again, comment 1010. I don't need your perfection. I don't ask you to fix everything on your own. I simply need your surrender. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Let go of holding yourself responsible for what others did. You are not at fault for their greed. You are not to blame for being generous. Your heart was pure, and even though they mishandled it, I will honor it. I will use the same heart they rejected to lift you higher than they ever expected. You've been sitting in silence, carrying what no one else knows, but I do. I see the ache, I see the guilt that doesn't belong to you, and I'm pulling it off. You won't walk into the next season carrying shame. You won't carry the weight of their choices. This is not your burden to bear. This is your moment to rise. They may have taken something from your hands, but they never touched your spirit. They never touched your favor. They never touched your calling. And now I am awakening everything they tried to bury. Every gift, every dream, every seed they hoped would dry up, I am breathing life into it again. And this time it will grow in full view of those who doubted you. They thought they ended your story. They didn't know I was just turning the page. If you know this is your page-turning moment, comment 1515. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You've been quiet for too long, watching in silence, trying not to stir the waters. You thought maybe if you stayed still, things would settle, but things got worse, not better. That's because silence does not stop betrayal. Kindness does not cure deception, only truth does. And I am the God of truth. I am not asking you to fight them. I'm asking you to trust me while I fight for you. Because I'm not only restoring what was taken, I'm reversing the damage they tried to do to your confidence. I'm rebuilding your sense of safety. I'm restoring your voice. No more questioning yourself. No more wondering if you're too sensitive or too suspicious. What you felt was real. What you sensed was right. And now I'm removing the gaslighting that made you doubt your own discernment. You were made to walk in light, not confusion, not chaos, not fear. You were not created to live with one eye open and one hand guarding your back. That's not the life I promised you. That's not the abundance I spoke over you. So I'm tearing down every stronghold that kept you in survival mode. You will breathe freely again. You will sleep in peace. Because what once haunted you will now answer to me. And I want you to know this. You don't have to expose them with your words. I will expose them with my justice. You don't have to gather evidence. I already have it. You don't have to convince anyone of what they did. I will confirm what they denied. And when I do, your name will be cleared, not by force, but by favor. There is a harvest coming with your name on it. They tried to dig up your seed, but I watered it with tears. They tried to block your field, but I widened it in secret. And now, I'm bringing you into a place of harvest they'll have to watch grow, not because you need revenge, but because I need you to know what is meant for you cannot be stolen forever. This pain will not be wasted. It will be woven into purpose. It will become your fire, your wisdom, your voice. You won't just survive this, you'll teach others how to heal from it. Because I'm not just building back what you had, I'm building something they can't even recognize. That's why I had to pull them out now. They don't fit what I'm building next. The blessing I'm sending requires clean hands around you. Not perfect people, but honest ones. And they were not that. They played their part, and now their role is over. It's time to turn the page. It's time to let go. Not out of bitterness, but out of obedience. I have new people coming, ones who won't compete with you, but will cover you in prayer, ones who don't need to take from you to feel whole. Ones who honor your heart, not just your gifts. You thought you were losing everything, but really, I was cutting off what was never meant to stay. You asked me for more. You asked me for peace. You asked me for increase. This is the answer. Not wrapped in ease, but wrapped in truth. Because sometimes the truth must break through before the blessing can pour down. Don't fight it. Don't delay it. Just trust me. Trust that I know what I'm doing, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. You won't have to beg for provision. I am your source. You won't have to manipulate your way into blessing. I will place it in your path, and you won't have to question your value anymore. I'm showing you how precious you are to me. I would not speak like this unless I was preparing something great. I'm moving things, rearranging what you couldn't see, cleaning out what was blocking the flow. You are about to feel relief in your soul, not just in your bank account. Because my blessing touches every part of your life, not just what they took, but what you forgot you needed. You were about to pour more into hands that only planned to drain you. You were about to invest more trust into hearts that had no intention of honoring it. So I stopped it. I allowed you to feel it, not to punish you, but to redirect you. Because the path you were on would have cost you more than money. It would have cost you your peace. And I love you too much to let that happen. If you receive this word as your own, comment 1717. I don't reveal truth to destroy you. I reveal it to build you stronger than before. This time, you'll stand wiser. You'll move sharper. You'll listen to the quiet warnings I give you. No more ignoring the red flags because you love them. No more brushing off the unease in your spirit. I gave you discernment, and I'm sharpening it now, not to make you paranoid, but to protect your promise. You don't owe anyone access to your life just because you used to trust them. That season is over. That door is closed, and I want you to keep it closed. I'm guarding what's next. I'm preserving your future. I'm doing more than just healing your heart. I'm preserving your hands, your influence, your legacy. Because what I'm about to release through you is too precious to be mishandled again. There are financial blessings I'm releasing that will come suddenly. Unexpected refunds, open doors, people sowing into you without you even asking. But this time you'll be a better steward. You'll pause before you give. You'll listen for my voice before you trust again. Because you've learned, you've grown. And this time, wisdom walks with you. They thought they fooled you. But they didn't fool me. And now, my justice will speak. My hand will move. Not to embarrass you, but to establish you. Because this is not about getting back at them, it's about getting you back to who you truly are before they tried to wear you down. If you're believing for divine justice, comment, Amen. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people. And the results are mind-boggling: cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is a reason the warfare around you intensified. The closer you got to stepping into freedom, the harder the enemy tried to distract you. The closer you came to clarity, the more the lies increased. But child, listen to me. Confusion is not from me. Guilt that keeps you bound is not from me. I convict to heal, not to condemn. What you're feeling now, this shaking, this pulling away, this break from what you thought was secure, that is me rescuing you, because peace is coming, and not just a temporary moment of relief. I'm sending the kind of peace that will make you forget the years you spent crying behind closed doors, the kind of peace that will make your heart rest without fear of betrayal, the kind of peace that will remind you, this is what it feels like to be protected. This is what it feels like to be covered by a God who sees all, knows all, and still chooses to bless you. You may feel tired. You may feel like your faith is hanging on by a thread. But you haven't seen what I'm about to do yet. You haven't seen how I will take everything that was taken and turn it into testimony. You haven't seen how I will use the very betrayal that hurt you as a platform to elevate you. They thought they buried you, but they didn't know you were a seed. They will watch what blooms from the place they tried to ruin. They will hear about the favor that followed your name long after they tried to stain it, and they'll realize what they meant for harm only made you stronger. I'm bringing people into your life who will honor you, not use you, not tolerate you, but cover you, speak life into you, protect your name even when you're not in the room. These are the ones I've been preparing while you were healing, and they are coming. You will no longer have to defend yourself. I will do it. You will no longer have to explain why you pulled back. I will confirm it. I will give you peace in your decisions, strength in your silence, and joy in your obedience. Stop waiting for them to admit what they did. They may never confess. But I will make sure you heal regardless. I'm not waiting on their apology to bless you. I'm moving with or without it, because I don't need permission to restore my children. And I don't need them to release you. I already have. They were draining you in more ways than one. It wasn't just money, it was your energy, your hope, your sense of safety. And now that the cord has been cut, you will feel light again. You'll laugh without heaviness in your chest. You'll give without fear. You'll walk without looking over your shoulder, because I have broken the cycle. You've said, God, I don't know who to trust anymore. And I hear you. I know the wound is deep, but let me teach you to trust me first, before anyone else. Trust that I won't let you fall. Trust that I will guide you better than your feelings ever could. Trust that if I'm removing people from your life, I have a reason. And no, it's not to make you lonely, it's to make room for what's holy. You're not behind, you're not cursed, you're not forgotten, you're protected, you're redirected, you're still chosen. And I'm not done with you. This is not the end. This is the cleansing before the crown. Don't be afraid of starting fresh. I'm doing something new. And it begins with you letting go of what was and holding on to me. You're about to experience my protection in ways you've never seen before. What used to affect you won't even touch you. What used to delay you will be under your feet. What used to worry you will be powerless. Because this is not the season of being stolen from. This is the season of being stored up for. I've been clearing the ground. I've been tearing out the roots of deception. What once looked like stability was really false comfort, and I could not let you build your future on a cracked foundation. If you feel this shift rising in your life, comment 222. You ask me to bless you, and I will. But I love you too much to bless you while snakes still sit at your table. That is why things began to shake. That is why people started to fall away. That is why what felt secure started to feel strange. I needed you to feel the discomfort so you would stop holding on to what was slowly breaking you. They had access to you, not because they deserved it, but because you gave it out of love. But love is not permission for betrayal. Forgiveness is not a pass for hidden agendas. You gave them chances, you gave them time, and they wasted it. They twisted your goodness into something they could use. But I will not let them twist your future, not anymore. You may not have receipts for everything they did. You may not have the words to explain all the ways they took from you, but I do. I've seen what you couldn't. I've heard what you never knew was said behind your back. I've been keeping record not to shame them, but to protect you. And when I bring justice, it will be undeniable. They thought you wouldn't recover, that once they drained your trust, your money, your joy, you would crumble. But child, I don't raise people to crumble. I raise warriors. I raise kings and queens. And what I've placed in you is bigger than the damage they tried to cause. Your destiny doesn't bend to betrayal. If you believe I'm restoring you stronger, comment, Amen. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You're going to wake up one morning and feel at peace where panic used to sit. Strength in the places you felt weakest. Gratitude in place of grief. Because that's what I do. I trade ashes for beauty. I trade sorrow for joy. And I'm not waiting for the perfect moment to do it. I'm doing it now. Even now, I'm softening your heart so that bitterness doesn't settle in. I'm healing your mind so that fear doesn't keep cycling. You've gone through enough already. You don't have to stay stuck in replaying the pain. I'm rewriting the story. I'm restoring the years that felt stolen, not just the money, the energy, the time, the peace. You've cried over what was lost. Now you will rejoice over what is returning. I'm bringing divine replacements. Where there was betrayal, I'm bringing loyalty. Where there was lack, I'm bringing overflow. Where there was deception, I'm bringing clarity. You don't have to search for these things. I'm placing them in your path. The right people, the right doors, the right timing. All of it aligned by my hand, not by your striving. I know you've grown tired. I know your faith has been stretched. But hear me, this is not the time to stop believing. This is not the time to quit. You are closer than ever to the very thing you almost gave up on. The pressure didn't come to crush you. It came to position you. I've been making room for better. They tried to curse what I already blessed. That's why it didn't work. They tried to stop what I ordained. That's why it failed. They tried to wound what I promised to protect. That's why you're still standing. You were never unguarded. Even in your most vulnerable moments, I had you. Even in the moments when you doubted yourself, I surrounded you. And now, I'm taking what the enemy meant for evil and turning it into a testimony that will shake every room you walk into. You thought this was the end of something, but it's the beginning of something you couldn't have imagined. You thought you were being broken, but you were actually being built. This isn't just restoration, it's transformation. You will never again have to lower your voice to be heard. You will never again have to question your worth based on someone else's betrayal. You will never again give away your peace for the sake of temporary comfort. This is your rise, and it's holy. So don't chase what I've removed. Don't explain why you're walking forward. Don't try to convince them to see your value. That's not your job. I will take care of that. I will reveal what they tried to keep hidden. I will speak on your behalf in ways no words could. I have chosen you for this time, for this climb, for this breakthrough. And everything that tried to break you was only confirming your call. The attacks you faced were not signs of weakness, they were signs of destiny. The enemy wouldn't fight you if you weren't carrying something powerful. And you are. So powerful, in fact, that even in the middle of betrayal, you still showed up, you still loved, you still gave. And that heart, wounded as it was, is the heart I'm healing. The heart I'm lifting. The heart I'm about to bless in front of those who once misused it. You don't have to prove anything anymore. Your peace will speak. Your fruit will speak. Your healing will speak. And when the blessings come, because they will, I want you to remember this. It was never them. It was always me. It was never their approval. It was my grace. It was never their money. It was my provision, not the betrayal, not the confusion, not the nights you prayed through tears asking, why me? I heard every word, and I held you through it all. If you believe this was all for a greater purpose, comment 333. They tried to make you believe you were losing everything, but what they couldn't see was what I was building behind the scenes. They only saw what was temporary. I saw what was eternal. They saw your weakness. I saw your resilience. And while they were busy taking, I was busy preparing a table, preparing a comeback, preparing a breakthrough that doesn't just recover what was stolen, it delivers something far greater. This is more than just getting back money. This is about recovering trust in yourself, in me, in the future I designed for you before anyone could put their hands on it. They tampered with what was sacred, but they never touched your identity. That's why I'm not just giving you what you lost, I'm giving you a new level of clarity, strength, and wisdom. You'll walk into rooms soon that you thought were closed forever. Doors that once slammed shut will swing open without effort. You'll sit in peace and know, deep in your soul, that no one can take what I've released to you. They may try, but it won't work this time. You've grown, you've seen too much, and now you're walking in discernment. If you know this season is different, comment 1111. I need you to believe this. The people who betrayed you were not stronger than my plan. Their choices may have delayed things, but they didn't cancel anything. I don't take orders from deception. I don't build futures based on lies. I build on truth. And the truth is, your future is still intact. Your calling is still alive. Your next chapter is still being written with power, with beauty, and with grace. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. It may feel quiet right now, but don't mistake quiet for empty. I often work in the silence. I often heal while the world is still moving around you. You may not feel the shift right away, but it's happening. I'm repairing the broken pieces of your trust. I'm removing the fear that crept in when you were blindsided. I'm not just healing you for yourself, I'm healing you so you never settle for less again. Because what's coming next requires you to be whole. It requires you to walk with clear eyes. It requires you to know your worth so deeply that no counterfeit can confuse you again. That's why I've been slowing things down. Not to hurt you, but to build you up without distraction. I want you to hear me again, to see what's real again, to trust yourself again. You will no longer have to pretend everything is okay, because I'm making it okay. From the inside out, the ones who manipulated your kindness thought you'd always stay quiet, but they didn't know that your silence wasn't weakness, it was waiting. And now that I've spoken, things are going to shift. They will see what happens when my child gets up from the table they no longer belong at. When you walk away from confusion into clarity, from emotional survival into spiritual freedom, you will not have to relive this pain. This was the final lesson, the final exposure, the final breaking. From here, we build. From here, we rise. This is not the end of the road, it's the beginning of your recovery. I'm returning opportunities they thought they blocked. I'm opening channels of provision they never saw coming. I'm placing new strength in your hands so that you never have to depend on what hurt you. The ones who took from you were never your source. I am, and I will not let your trust in me go unanswered. I saw every act of kindness they twisted. I saw every dollar they mishandled. I saw the way they smiled while secretly pulling you down. But I let them reveal themselves, not so that you'd fall, but so you'd finally stop holding on to a lie. That release you feel, that's me freeing you from a future that was never supposed to include betrayal. That pressure you feel lifting, that's me removing the weight you carried that didn't belong to you. Now, you'll walk lighter, you'll speak freer, you'll breathe deeper, you'll think clearer. And most of all, you'll trust me more fully, because now you know, I don't just restore, I protect, I correct, I elevate, and I bless on time, every time. You've come through the fire, but you're not burned. You've walked through betrayal, but you're not broken. You've seen the worst, but the best is still ahead. This is your confirmation. You are stepping out of the fog. You are stepping into favor. You are being restored in public after being broken in private. And when the blessings begin to pour in, you will know it had nothing to do with their approval and everything to do with my love. But hear me, this is not the end of your story. What they meant to break in you will be the very thing I used to build something eternal. They didn't just betray you, they betrayed the trust I placed in you. And for that I'm stepping in. If you've been silently holding these questions, comment 777. They thought they would get away with it, thought their actions would stay hidden. But I do not blink. I do not miss a single move. Every lie whispered, every secret deal made, every decision they thought was covered in silence, I have seen it, and now I'm making it right. You don't have to expose them. I will. You don't have to defend your name. I will raise it up. You don't have to beg for justice. I already decreed it. You've been tired lately, not just physically, but spiritually. Because carrying what doesn't belong to you will always feel heavy. Carrying disappointment, shame, confusion, it all adds weight. But I'm lifting it now. I'm breaking the agreement you unknowingly made with pain. You are not what happened to you. You are who I say you are, and I call you healed. I call you chosen. I call you restored. There's a stillness I'm calling you into. Not because I want you to sit in sadness, but because I want you to hear me again. With everything that's been loud around you, the worry, the betrayal, the confusion, you forgot what my voice sounded like. Let me remind you, my voice is peace, my voice is strength. My voice is not rushed, not harsh, not filled with fear. My voice speaks freedom, and I am speaking to you now. If you trust me to speak louder than the lies, comment 555. You will look back on this moment and realize it wasn't your downfall, it was your deliverance. You will remember how close you came to giving up, how tempted you were to believe that maybe the promise wasn't real. And then you'll remember how suddenly I turned it all around. Because when I restore, it doesn't come as a whisper, it comes like a wave. A wave that overtakes, overflows, and washes away every trace of what tried to steal your joy. They tried to rob you, not just of money, but of momentum. They didn't want to just empty your accounts, they wanted to drain your hope. But I am not done. I'm still the God who multiplies what little you have left. I'm still the God who provides water in dry places. And I'm still the God who heals wounds that no one else even sees. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The next days may still feel shaky. Healing isn't instant, but it is promised. I will walk with you through the rebuilding. I will show you how to trust again. I will bring people into your life who won't just say they care, they'll prove it. I will fill your cup again, slowly at first. Then suddenly, until it overflows in places where there used to be lack. This time, you'll be wiser. You'll be guarded, but not closed. You'll be generous, but not reckless. Because I'm rebuilding your heart with strength and softness together. I'm renewing your mind to think clearly, not fearfully. You are not who you were in the season you were wounded. You're evolving, and you're stepping into a version of yourself they tried to prevent from being born. They saw your potential and tried to bury it. But I planted it, and now it's rising. This growth won't be quiet. You've hidden long enough. You've played small to protect other people's comfort. You've silenced your gifts so others wouldn't feel threatened. But I didn't give you those gifts to hide them. I didn't bless you so you could keep apologizing for it. What I've placed on your life will shine. And those who try to dim your light will have no choice but to watch. They'll wonder how you survived, how you're still smiling, still building, still moving, and you'll know it was me. Every closed door, every severed tie, every painful revelation, it was me making room. I took away what was draining you, so I could give you what will sustain you. I removed what you thought you needed, so I could show you what you truly deserve. This is not the end. This is not your breaking point. This is the exact place where I begin to show you what I had planned all along. You've been through too much to settle. You've been burned too many times to keep walking blind. That's why I'm giving you sight, spiritual clarity, strength in your bones, and peace that doesn't make sense. You'll wake up and feel it, the shift, the release, the heaviness lifted, because it's already begun. This time, the favor will come without sorrow, the increase without strings, the friendships without confusion, the progress without sabotage. This is what I've been preparing for you. Not just restoration, but redefinition. They knew how to pull from you, but they never knew how to pour into you. And that was the problem. Now I'm sending people who give without expecting to take, who stay without conditions, who see you for who you are, not what you can offer. This is the shift. Let the old fall away. Let it crumble. Let the ones who walked away stay gone. because what's ahead is too holy to share space with dishonor. You will not be tricked again. You will not be blindsided again. You will not be drained again. From this point forward, your steps are ordered with wisdom and peace. And nothing, absolutely nothing, they stole will remain in their hands. If this feels like it's opening something inside you, comment 1212. You were never meant to stay broken. That was never the plan. The cracks in your life were not signs of failure. They were the places I planned to pour my light through. And now, as the dust settles, you're going to see what I've been preparing behind the pain. I've been removing what you thought you needed so I could reveal what you truly deserve. And it's more than money, more than reputation. I'm restoring you from the inside out. There's a different kind of blessing coming. Not one you have to earn, not one you have to chase. It's coming because you endured, because you stayed when it hurt, because you believed even when things didn't make sense. You held on to hope by a thread, and that thread was enough for me to move. You see, I never needed you to be strong all the time. I just needed you to keep believing, and you did, quietly, faithfully. Even when you didn't feel anything, you still stood. That's why I'm answering now. That's why I'm moving what no one else could, because this kind of obedience doesn't go unnoticed in my kingdom. If you believe your quiet endurance is turning into breakthrough, comment, Amen. They thought the damage they caused would define you, that once they took what they wanted, you would shrink, disappear, be silenced. But what they failed to realize is that you were built with more than what they could steal. You are built with promise. And my promise is not tied to their opinion of you. It's not attached to what they tried to take. It stands on its own, firm, unshakable, timed perfectly. There's restoration coming in ways that won't make sense to the people around you. They'll wonder how you recovered so fast, how doors opened when it seemed like everything was against you. But you'll know it wasn't luck, it wasn't chance, it was me. I carried you through what should have crushed you.